Day one of the Pittsburgh Steelers training camp practice is officially in the books, and we have so much to talk about in terms of news, notes, highlights, observations from day one of Steelers training camp. But before we dive into all of the new news, I want to give a massive shout out to, all of the Steelers media members out there who work so hard each and every single day to get these highlights out for us and post them on X and kind of allow us to make these videos. Guys, without them, these videos are not possible to make. So do me a favor, go follow them on X if you haven't already done so. It's going to help you and help me out, but also you're going to be able to keep up with all the news and updates before my videos even come out. So go follow them on Twitter or X right now. With that being said, let's kind of dive into the video and talk about some news and notes from today's practice. Now, in terms of Russell Wilson, he was not practicing today. It looked like he had his, a hat on. He was not in stretching drills. He was not participating in throwing. Not really sure why. Maybe just a day off for the veteran, but we'll see what happens. We'll see what Mike Tomlin ends up saying, but it was mainly just Justin Fields and, Allen throwing the ball here for the Steelers on day one. Also, you had John Rhys Plumlee as well, so keep that in mind. No Russell Wilson for today's practice. Now, in terms of the punt return, we saw Calvin Austin, we saw Scotty Miller, we saw Cam Sutton, and we saw Quez Watkins. 3-4 guys who have really good speed, and I wouldn't be surprised at all if any of them are your starting punt returners to start the season. But overall, very slow practice today. Didn't really get to see too much. Really just install, trying to get guys acclimated to the new playbook here offensively. But also, there's a lot of newcomers, right? There's new wide receivers here in Quez Watkins and Van Jefferson, and new quarterbacks here. And, there's so many new guys here. 3 new offensive linemen. And actually, look at the offensive linemen. We had Dan Moore starting at left tackle. We had Isaac Samalo starting at left guard. Nate Herbig at center. James Daniels. And at right tackle was Broderick Jones. Obviously, this is just the first walkthrough. There's a bunch of rookies on this team. Zach Frazier. You also have, guys like Troy Fatanu. Those guys are probably going to start, right? Realistically. Right now, though, they're in early stages of getting to learn the playbook. So it's going to take them a little bit. And as we get there, we'll continue to monitor who the starters are. So that is all subject to change. We also saw Van Jefferson and Calvin Austin as the second and third wide receivers. Throughout minicamp, we saw Wilson at quarterback. Today, it was more of, obviously, Justin Fields because Russell Wilson wasn't there. Austin and Pickens did a lot of their stack formation, which we saw a lot last season as well. But Freiermuth was someone who got involved early and often. Justin Fields was trying to hit him as quickly as possible, which was definitely fun to see. Also, we're starting to see a breakout DB, and it's kind of fun to see. Last year, Corey Trice broke out during training camp, looked really good until he got injured. But man, guys, there's a guy we need to look out for. With Cam Sutton potentially being, suspended, someone's going to need to step up. And right now, it looks like it's going to be Beanie Bishop. An undrafted free agent, has absolutely dominated throughout rookie minicamp, OTAs, mandatory minicamp. It translated through every single phase of the offseason and is now even translating into training camp, which is huge for them. Got a couple of reps with the starting defense today in the slot, and that was fun to see. Cam Hayward, Keanu Benton, Larry Ojejobi were your first defensive linemen onto the field as well. That was something to take note of. And then Arthur Smith using a lot of fullback today. A lot of fullback. Connor Hayward and Jack Coletto, both had reps in at the fullback position, so that was interesting to see. They ran a lot of pistol formation with Justin Fields in there. A couple of really nice balls to George Pickens, one down the left sidelines. He couldn't finish the catch, but it would have been a nasty one if he did. Really good throw by Justin Fields, though. Just a good coverage by Dante Jackson, who, the Steelers have been high on. Now, before we get any further into the video, do me a big favor, guys. Hit the like button so we can get this video out to more Steelers fans around the world. But more importantly, subscribe to the channel if you're new. It is free. It doesn't cost anything. And we will be covering the Steelers throughout the entirety of the offseason. Everything you need to know from training camp to preseason to regular season, breaking down film. We got you guys covered. And last thing, make sure you guys check out my Twitch. We're going to be streaming some Steelers games live on my Twitch this year. If you want to watch those with me, break down the film together, follow my Twitch, Matty Dubs with 3 S's, or you can find the link in the description below. And with that being said, guys, we actually have some breaking news here. So, according to multiple sources, Steelers quarterback Russell Wilson woke up with a calf issue this morning and was held out of practice. He's considered day-to-day, which forced Justin Fields to take those first-team reps, something he probably was really happy about getting, right? But going forward, a lot of pistol action today. Kyle Allen had a nice little play-action shot to Quez Watkins on an over route. Now, again, Russell Wilson is a really good quarterback in play action formations. I think pistol will be really valuable, right? Effective for this offense with Russell and Justin Fields both being extremely versatile. Now, another big time player today, Najee Harris. I know you guys might be a little bit surprised, but Najee looks quicker. He looks way quicker, lost some weight, really got into shape. He's ready to shock the world, man. They declined his 5th-year option, and the dude has been locked in ever since. Locked in. It's really fun to see. I cannot wait to see what he does to start the season. But right now, looks really good. DeMarvin Leal having a really good first practice. Had what would have been a couple of sacks. 2 good plays on run defense as well. 3 rookie draft picks on the second-team offensive line, including Troy Fautano, Zach Frazier, and Mason McCormick as well. Dylan Cook and Spencer Anderson were also on the second-team offensive line. Deshaun Elliott had a couple of really good plays. He is locked in, trying to really get good, or trying to really earn his way up the depth chart. It looks like he'll be a day 1 starter, but obviously in training camp, you have to prove yourself almost every single day. You know, Justin Fields tried to hit Freiermuth almost 3 plays in a row. Had the first one completed, second one incomplete, covered by Elliott. The third play of 11-on-11s was a corner blitz by Jackson. The second team came in, incomplete pass, bad snap by Zach Frazier, and then Leo had a sack. Then the third team, we had Hayward fumbled. So the defense, guys, listen, the defense looked good today. Okay, we could say that, to be honest with you. But overall, when training camp starts, when you have a new offense, things are going to start off slow offensively. Defenses are going to win, right? First team got back out there. Field had a deep ball to Pickens, like we said earlier. Incomplete PBU by Jackson. Another incompletion to George Pickens. Another Jackson pass breakup. So, guys, I think one thing we take away is Dante Jackson definitely well-deserved. Good trade coming over here. Will be a starting cornerback, at least so far, man. Looks good. Keanu Benson looks scary up the middle, man. Definitely someone you need to keep your eye out for. Harris had a couple of big plays on the ground. Highsmith looked good off the edge. I'm trying to see. Jason Edwards actually got a lot of burn today as well with the second team. I think Cordell Patterson on the NFI list. So look at Jason Edwards to really make a name for himself. And then there's 3 guys I want to give big shouts to. Peyton Wilson looks good. Nick Herbig looks good. Nick Herbig is going to be playing this year. He will be. You cannot not have him play. And then Beanie Bishop. Those are the 3 guys defensively I want to give massive shouts to because they've been, really productive so far in camp. And I want to see how they continue to get better as time goes on. But with that being said, guys, that's all we have for you today. Tomorrow should be a little bit better of a practice. Maybe Russell Wilson practices, maybe doesn't. But man, I am excited. Hit the like button, subscribe if you're new, join the family, turn on post notifications, and I'll see you in tomorrow's Steelers update. Peace.